Welcome to Melodies TV, Ghana's #1 social platform.
A year and upper way, I have heard from at least 2 Muslims. Unse an upper way and me post audio of Papa Bia. You see, say I think National Vice of Scripture Union. Ebimoka say Waka Christian Council. I don't know whether that is even true, but it's part of the rumors. And walk and some Cassetia sebi Muslims. And nam the see ma waka Cassetia Muslims nina and say fasting bia you can say yemma Muslim be enye ewo Wesley girls. Say GS ebeka say wo yemma akra nenye school no Methodist fon so ba ebe trust dabi eni kwanse ye penin sensem bebre na papa no ebeke kan nsem asem na wokan no ne krani nyame nim okasa ma ne twi eye nkremufo nti na nopa we nkwa nkremufo ana nopa we nkremufo mienu nkwa e na afre me a obehu ne se asem ne yasem bia wo mobu afuye ebi mo kra no mo de omubu ebufu no e ba me so nanso me mo ti ase se it is not my fault me I just explained me nim papa no baby a what ase Kennedy Japan so reacted to this particular matter. I obehu ne se Kennedy Japan so ni bu afuye because we say wo hwe se ne papa no ekasa ya ade bia ebetumi de ntokwa esi oman ni mu ye bakwa kotie nsem aka Japan ekan but me pese munna moti ase we have a new YouTube channel link no e wo comment box ni mu click na subscribe ye be sha ase ye reaction videos e wo ho o yen so subscribe to channel we yankasa yenko ne nkoti nsem aka Japan body to dwa e wo man FM e fa nsem we ho
especially Muslims are omuwo MPP mom ho modern monke kam ho papa if you say mutiro ama NDC Muslims no eseti agenda de bia no makotom na mo de yamabohu monkasa what is going on MPP musimu ya Nasara club mu ya hwan you should all wake up what do you mean am kasa enim chim Obasa me more Methodist what's your Methodist in Scripture Union. Oh, sa tape. Oh.
Today is Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. I'm back at the public arena to talk about the issue of the Muslims who are insisting against the established rules of the Methodist school. Of course, it's government financing and support, government assisted, but that doesn't mean we are going to throw away our faith. We are the Christian majority. The Honorable Minister of Education has no right to make that decision without talking to the elders of the church. The Honorable Minister of Education must rescind that decision. We will not tolerate that. We can't go to any Muslim school and tell them about how to handle Christians. They don't even take many of them.
No, can we no all
secondary schools in that mosque area. Is it open to all Ghanaians? And are they going to allow Christians to go there and also be educated in that school?
Honorable,
Please, setting up this nation for trouble. Please put your feet down. You are a Christian. You are a Christian. We are the Christian majority. If you allow this decision to pass, I'm telling you, we will organize campaign against MPP. We will organize campaign against MPP and look for any party that is prepared to allow the Christian majority to have our way. It is a Methodist church. They said no room for fasting. It's as simple as that. Because the children need to have the wherewithal, the peace of mind and the strength to study. They can develop ulcers. And the church has made a decision that at that tender age, they don't want them to bring this thing there. We Christians also fast. We have the Lent period, which is 40 days. The Muslims have the Ramadan, it's 30 days. It's not that we also don't fast. We fast. But in our schools, we don't permit that at that tender age. And if Muslims want to come there, they must obey the rules of the church. You are now imposing the minority view
Oh, say a boy, my TVC.
We will not tolerate this. We will not tolerate this.
The idea is there because you see, I am member for no, honorable. I said to me, say,
and this is unacceptable, Mr. President. This is not acceptable. We want to call upon the Christian caucus in Parliament to rise up and address this matter. If Muslims want to fast at home, that's fine. If they want to fast at the university, as everybody wants to fast in the university with their religion, that is fine. In secondary schools, this is not permitted. In fact, if they want to fast, they can go to the dining room and not eat. That's all. But the whole idea is to institutionalize the idea into the Christian community. It will not fly, Mr. President. We will fight this thing. We will fight this thing. If you don't change this decision, I can assure you, we are going to campaign against MPP and make sure you are removed from the next elections. Why are you going against the church? Why? Why are you allowing the Minister of Education to give instructions to the church because a minority group of Muslims want to insist and impose their views on the Methodist Church? Why? Why are you allowing the Minister of Education to make that decision? We refuse, we reject that decision. And if you insist and go ahead with it, I can assure you we will campaign against the NPP.
You see,
Mr. President, never forget that we are the Christian majority in the land.
Honorable member, the reason why now me say or can say we are making a point, but if we are all can not at room after now no
from Ghana Education Service. Headquarters, Ministry Branch, Post Office, Box, MB-45, Accra. May 1st, 2021. Montier. Na mumfanto to papai asema wakam. Press release. Reference: Wesley Girls High School prevents a student from fasting. Our attention has been drawn to various media reports relating to a recent occurrence at Wesley Girls High School, Cape Coast. It started with a student who requested of the school authorities to be allowed to fast during Ramadan. Fasting undertaken by students for various reasons and observed differently by the respective groupings has had varied health implications on our students over the years. The net effect was that students developed various health conditions. The school therefore took the decision then that irrespective of one's religious background, fasting was not permitted. It was therefore imperative that to ensure the health of students was not compromised vis-a-vis their organized school schedules. This long-standing practice had to be maintained. This was the basis for the refusal by the school authorities of the girls' request to fast during Ramadan. Having been appraised of the fact of this case, the Minister of Education met the pending Bishop, Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabena Boafo. The man said, I may say, Body, Kwabra, me chopping you. Me chopping you. And I'm Messiah, who make crosses. I say, having been appraised of the facts of this case, the Minister for Education met the presiding Bishop, Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabena Boafo, and some board members of Wesley Girls High School. The school authorities made it clear that it had no intention whatsoever of interfering with the religious practice of any group of students, but had prioritized the health of young girls placed in their care. The minister advised the Ghana Education Service to put in place measures to address this matter, bearing in mind the rights of students and concerns of schools on the health risk associated with the fasting. The Ghana Education Service therefore directs authorities of Wesley Girls High School as well as any other school to allow any such student who wishes to fast for any religious reason to do so. The parents of any such student are also directed to write to the school indicating that the school shall not be held liable for any health condition of the students as a result of the fast. Staff, students, and the general public are to take note. Cassandra Chum Ampof.
So this is from Ministry of Education.
Public Relations Unit, head. So Papa ya, Nibu Afua, or Kasa Dindin say, they did not inform or they did not consult
the school.
The presiding bishop, Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabena and the board members of Wesley Girls High School, they should come out with a statement.
Say
they were present. Yes. I met the minister. Mimi tia my sister and a friend. Say omu call Methodist now. Yes, onu crowd you see. Yes, omu nwadu anima and kremofo nkwala no pana. Omu su omu nye enye. You see how they twisting the thing. Enti oma mini say ombetu tia MPP. Di ofra mi no so saminti ya o seni e yinam so me dem mentewe. Baby a magwene dare nya ni sa peti to the buyer me ti are am ish me nware kra na minister no oba ntempa 7 o'clock na oho enam call no na say minister me na ade asem na ekoso between enkwala nkremufo ne yi menti ase en wo church ni nyina now the problem ni say MPP for mo amusumo ye kremufo eba musumu ntumi defend the Christians ni bi
to defend the party no
no musumu ntumi defend the Christians ni bi
okay
sir where the yanya sure just as Chief Imam has been doing MPP for no they are not doing that. The BNDC gramophone kopejape na masom na mudi akire na mudi pressure koma Dr. Baumia and I want to see gramophone say and you see sirimfo say what kind of a is this? What kind of a is this? And then later we are Minister Achuro. Na mini amentias ye enne. Mini anom gramophone bi a big deal. And na Christians no so a big deal mentias ye. Because me kaipa honorable Katie Hammond. Your friend Tahiru. No, I decided college. Where Gramoni? When we are decided college, Anglican school.
Okay.
Bisinia, Baba Moro. Oh, Kumasi. Swami. Okwa decided college. Me and my classmate, Yaya Lukman. Gramoni. Okwa decided college, Anglican. DNC.
Come on.
Let me advise both sex, Christians and Muslims. May catch them say, you cannot substitute peace for war. You can't. Mummy Aruna, and an Engramofu, and a Gramofu, and a Christian, so a Christian. Mummy Asumuya.
Honorable Williams, and Nuntin a drew baby, I may substance, no?
May say, substance, mean
because any power,
here.
Okay, there can we.
Here. We want peace in this country.
Yeah.
We have lived over the years. Muslims and Christians. And you will see of late. Muslims say, Christians say, what is going on? What is going on? I've given you examples. Mewa and conform call. Christians are Tia Ahmadiyya.
The brain.
What is here?
Hamas.
Yes. And now UTBB. Say, Hamas for me say, where you Christian and Tia Bruno, you say, where from this? What is happening today? MPP for Muslims, so you should wake up. Musori, I'm saying Nasara. Wake up and defend the party and defend the Christians as well. Because the Christians see, say, all the time, you know, Muslims not samba near Yagu Christians, so they are waking up. It is not in the interest of anybody in this country. Afei, also Christians. NTD Uncle Bisa and Sofu, presiding member, if they were not consulted. In fact, Methodist also issue statements. And they also were born work. What you say? Mubabo, because any pana at yak. And your power ni pabi penti. Your pesa ya din to tria ebem. Now the Kremofo was Chief Imam. Hey, Papa we pa senior Wesi handle Muslims in this country.
I need that for.
We are Christian now copim will be bona jinisika. Ufisa we are superior. Please, who said that? Who said that? Muja hawo kasa big akwano kasa big and the Kremofo say was sorry ya o pa hutopa no ko Dubai Christian eh. Please stop that. Christian and a Dubai Kremoni and I. So people should stop and never come catch them. As often be brave me one platformer, home casa baumia Kremoni to home to mano. Another guy has started that. So Baumia should also advise the Muslims no. All jokes aside, we cannot substitute peace for war.
And they're not correct.
Yenya is our division. No, in the MPP for no, Moyan Kremu for no. Most assembly bani the two Christians no swa. Just as I'm sitting here as a Christian defending Muslims, you should be able to defend Christians. Near who say Muslim religion, munya bias. But you consider yourself minority and you spark. NDC for starting here, the whole MPP Muslims will join NDC Muslims. Please give us a break. Give us a break. Oh yes, sir. You give people chance to talk the way they are talking now. What's your here? You give people chance to talk the way they are talking now.
Let's all set the record straight.
Right. Yeah. Okay, Chief Imam, yeah. And to move politicians, can't you do same? Kese Emrebi. Say, Reverend Osu Bempa. Eka bibi of your prediction. Any prediction when they are memu. There be a bem where they are mem. So also be the 100.
I know cry na or kase or mom payente sa.
Right.
Bibi.
One wo mu charge here. Chief Imam na ye cast will be uno. He stopped them. He stopped them. One woman quiet man. That is a true leader. That is a man of God. And a man of God that also your scripture union. And he and two men people and he and you say, and he and you say, and he and you say. Have we ever campaigned for anything before? Yabesremo. Who or any views? But me person what you say. Ye kosku yinyina na nkremofo eko Wesley Girls at the Southern College Holy Child in here. They allowed them. Baby ono so kan ya no kura ni say. Wa o pese we are Ramadan, we are fasting. Osuma ni junior o kwa afuma bia ni bremi. Breakfast wo de aba. Lunch obaji aba. 6 o'clock any otena ho o te se me nana yakubu. Odi kose Odi koko, odi amu, odi apesie. Kase, say you may 6 o'clock. Said was it dino.
Obedi di ashim.
Ah, and pass before 6 is what said Didi. Happy.
Oko presec and some of the school presec say I know. Omo yo modi and no more and sana 6 abo. Na Muslim students ni na.
I want to me I disagree. I want to come disagree mum. Media Baba Moro ni KT Hamon ma me hunu ye. O me akofan aduane bra. O person have fasting na. O body soaking team atoni yam your friend Totim. Totim no dia ye na yi. You see baby a papa no so bu afunu. Sa o ye obi say ono ye exceptional because of the religion and I say we as our best packet controversy all the time. They should allow them to operate. Say, on one person fasting. What you have to let the authorities know, ni say, some schools one called dining, you punish you. So you let the authority know, say, oh, you're fasting. Then they excuse you. And you will be fat would be an Hebrew. Yet now all these years. And this if one was Womusuja, Debiano, the woman nam. And I know Papa no so casano. And nothing one also can say. You cannot fault him completely until we also criticize some of the Muslims the way they behave. Assembly no more politicize it. No more confirm Mantia, Yankwe say, what kind of life is this? Islam is a beautiful religion. Go to Emirates and see how they worship. The population of the Emirates in Dubai, only 15% Arabs. India, Bangladesh, Pakistan.